Going on to my Sagittarius. So you have the Page of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands, the World, the Five of Cups, Ace of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Emperor, High Priestess, the Queen of Cups. All right, so for you, Sagittarius, you are determined. The Page of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, right? Four of Wands. You're determined to move forward from the whack individuals that you have encountered, and for sure, you Sagittarius, you will live. You will live your lives. You don't care who gets in the way, what adversity gets in the way. A lot of you Sagittarius are determined to live your lives the way that you want to. And you know, Four of Pentacles, you've made up your mind on that. The World and the Five of Cups now here represents how this is a situation where, since this is the case, a lot of you need to understand that right now, I'm just seeing how, you're moving forward, like I said before, but the Five of Cups is, there may be still some sort of regret of some of the things that you may have done from the past yourself, and how it is that you may not have necessarily made certain decisions. I mean, in essence, though, at the end of the day, there's no real point in you being so heartbroken about it, as long as you are doing the best that you can to be really a better you. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you're supposed to become better, right? And you're supposed to learn from your mistakes. We all make mistakes. There was a point in time where I was a player. There was a point in time where, I had a lot of attention and I didn't appreciate it. There was a point in time where, you know what I mean? And again, I didn't even do anything with any of them. I didn't do anything with any of them. But it was everything but. There was a point in time where I went through a drought, and I didn't really put too much of an emphasis on speaking to so many, people. There was a point in time in just my life experiences. But I mean, hindsight is always 20/20, right? But at the same time, that's where the power is. That's how it is that you learn from your mistakes. You essentially review your past and the things that you've done wrong, and how it is that you can change the future, how you can impact your own future. And, I mean, yeah, sometimes in the past, you Sagittarius was difficult to interact with, but so is everybody. You know what I mean? So am I. So is everybody. I've been pretty difficult to interact with in the past, where, I didn't necessarily know what it is that I wanted as far as a relationship is concerned. And, eventually I figured all that stuff out. Why? Because I learned from my past. I learned from my mistakes. I realized that if I really wasn't trying to be in a relationship, then what exactly was I doing? And why was I lying to people when I knew that at that point in time I didn't really want that, but what I wanted was something physical? And I was lying to some of these people and telling them this. Of course, we still didn't end up doing anything physical because of certain circumstances, but which I'm not going to get into. But just because, honestly, I'll say it, just because I didn't want to, you know what I mean? I didn't want to at the time. I really wanted the option, to be real with y'all and to be honest with y'all. I really wanted the option. And then sometimes they would try to play games with me too, even when they said yes. So, and then not only that too, but even sometimes when they were willing, right, I would see how the opportunity is not really the best. And I was able to understand that, at the end of the day, if I go there, right, with the ones that said yes and was ready pronto right now, I was able to look at it, and I was like, nah, that's a dub. Because if I go ahead and I do that now, later on in the future, I'm going to have some serious problems. I'm going to have people knocking on my door, types of stuff. I didn't really want all of that. And so the thing about it is that, Sagittarius, this is a process. You learn from your mistakes. You know, as long as you don't make so much big mistakes to the point where it's huge, to the point where you land yourself in jail or something like this or whatnot, you know, where you can't get out, you good, you know. And then you have the Ace of Cups, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles represents how, you know, when, you know, you're gonna have some people who come to you and who approach you and who do want to get to know you, right? If you haven't begun having this already. But you have to also understand that right now, Sagittarius, you need to be very picky right now. And what I mean by that is, don't just go for any person just because they showed you that they like you. Be very mindful of who's talking to you. So how are you able to check and second check, or I should say, yeah, second check or double check what they've got going on, right? What type of quality person are they? Is that you get to know them a little bit. You ask them questions. You don't run into any kind of scenario with these people. They're not in a relationship with you. You're not in a relationship with them. You're just hanging out. You're just kicking it. Y'all are just going through the friendship stage. This is part of the problem too. So many people want to run through the friendship stage because they don't like listening, because they think it's whack, because everything is about physical intimacy. Oh, these dating coaches will have you laced up, get you feeling bad about talking about getting to know the person, regardless of whatever it is that you call it, knowing them, talking to them, friendship stage, just getting to know them, dating them. It's the same process. It's the same process. Now, granted, you don't go out with your friends, of course, in that way, of course not. But you still go out with your friends. You know what I mean? Like, you still go out with your friends in the sense that you still hang out with them, but you're not going out with your friends. But either way it goes, it's still the same process. You have to be friends with somebody first and foremost before, you know what I mean, you really be in a relationship with them. And a lot of times people are so relationship sprung, right? I'm not saying you, I'm just giving y'all game. So many people are so relationship sprung to the point where they don't understand the power of the friendship stage. When you just now getting to know somebody, most people are going to show you their value, like I was just talking about, right? Almost immediately. And then when you get real good, when you get better and better and better, you get to a point where a lot of times people will show you who they are in the first 24 hours. And whether or not it's pretty good for you to actually start to speak to them longer than what it is that you had. And the reason why is because they'll tell you certain things. Oh, I do this. This is what I do. You ask them about who it is that they hang out with. They telling you that they hang out with gangsters. They telling you that, you know what I mean, they hang out with people from the club. You ask them, where it is that you from? Oh, I move around a lot. Why do you move around a lot? Oh, because, they like to keep things very secretive. You asking them certain things about themselves, they don't tell you anything. They all, they always touchy about that type of stuff. Oh, well, why are you asking so many questions? Because I'm trying to get to know you, stupid. Why'd you decide to go out on a date with me? Why? To get some free stuff? These are things that the emperor, these are the things that you, being the emperor, should be looking at. Pay attention to stuff like that. And then once you understand what's going on, because see, what you're doing is you are assessing and evaluating and estimating the difficulty. This is another layer. You are assessing the difficulty, how difficult it is going to be with these people. That's what it is that you are assessing. You're trying to get an idea as how difficult things would be if you linked up with this person, linked up with them, as well as getting to know the particulars about them and what they like, and things that they don't like and things that they do like. You understand? But when so many people skip the friendship stage and they just jump straight to intimacy, that's a dub. That alone goes to show you that the people who are trying to be serious, right, who do that, don't know what it is that they're talking about. Because people got all kind of emotional triggers, problems, issues. If a person has all these tattoos, right, and I'm gonna get to reading some more of these cards, but if a person has all these tattoos and you could see that they've had certain things that was difficult, a life, right? Got tattoos all over the place, almost covered fully in tattoos, right? Certain slogans and things like this, right? Tattoos on their knuckles all here, you know, on their fingers and stuff like this, right? Their voice is raspy. What are you going to get? You're going to get that this person was probably on some sort of substance at one point. This person had a substance problem. This person had issues where they couldn't get over certain, difficulties in their life. So guess what that should tell you? That should tell you that this person is probably too broken to be in a relationship with. So a lot of times people are so interested in, I got to get here. I got to get to intimacy and stuff like this. And we're trying to work. This person couldn't even be in a relationship even if they try, because they too broken. They haven't healed yet. They got to heal before they can get themselves in a relationship. But how you can estimate who's fit enough, like the gym, fit enough to be in a relationship, you have to assess them. You got to ask these people questions. You got to find out what's going on with them, yo. So the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups now represents, and for you, right, for you, always, right, you have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is about, for you, you should want to know their deep and dark secrets. You should want to know who they are. You should ask them invasive questions, because at the end of the day, people will make stupid reasons to not hang out with somebody that they know is a potential good fit, because they don't want to do any work and they're stupid and they're goofy. They know that you, Sagittarius, might be a good fit, but if a person is going to disqualify you, I'm not saying all the times, but most of the times, they will disqualify you for really stupid reasons. So you, Sagittarius, can be in a situation where they may disqualify you for asking those real invasive questions, trying to get to know them. But this is how it is that you get to know the person. How is a person supposed to know that you're $250,000 in debt unless they ask those questions? They find out, right? They're inquisitive. They ask certain questions about you. The answer is they can't. So why would, that's my thing. Like, why would individuals just come out and tell you these types of things unless you're getting to know them and you're asking them certain questions and you're letting them talk, right? And then you have the Queen of Cups. If this person gets upset at you about that, then who cares? So let's recap. A lot of you Sagittarius are going to meet, if you haven't already met someone else, but as you're getting to know them, pay attention to the quality of the person that they are. And that if you're already starting to see certain things about them, you got to leave them alone. All right, so let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the High Priestess. The Hanged Man, Ten of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Swords. Right. Watch out for if they're willing to scapegoat you. Watch out for, like I said, if they get very defensive, touchy-feely, they don't want you asking certain things, all this other type of stuff. Now, again, I'm not asking you to, I'm not asking you, I'm not suggesting for you to ask them how much money they make a year, who it is that they voted for. No, those are things that you can save for later. And more than likely, a person will be inclined to just tell you. You may not even have to ask for later when the two of you are more comfortable with each other. But you should ask them questions like, where are they from? What was their childhood like? You need to ask them these questions because you need to know, did they come up rough? Did they come up soft? You know, were they sheltered? What areas were they sheltered in? And if they blame you for that, if they have an issue with you, Sagittarius, asking them questions, when you're in the friendship stage, when you're in the getting to know them stage, where you're hanging out as friends would do, because you haven't friends with implied romantic interest, and you haven't necessarily gotten to know them, guess what it means? It means that it's a dub, because it means that that's what the relationship is going to be. You will want to move past certain things, and you will want them to come along with you in life, and they can't go. So guess what? You will end up essentially, they won't be able to keep up with you. They will be stuck on keeping their emotional attachments, and you, Sagittarius, will be trying to move forward with your life. So that's a dub. That's not gonna work. Two people need to be able to keep up with each other. So the Ten of Wands now, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Swords now represents, so you more than likely will end up leaving them, okay? But this was pretty good. This was a pretty good interaction for you to go through, right? If you've probably already stopped talking to them, this was a very good interaction for you to go through, because it shows you how it is that there's a lot of people who will look like they're all right, but in actuality, they actually have a lot of baggage going on up underneath the surface. They got a lot of stuff going on. And it's a good learning experience, because what you can learn from this is how to ask people better questions so that you can get to those answers faster, so you don't have to waste so much of your time. Because a lot of times within the first 24 hours, I know whether or not me and the person are gonna, if I want to pursue anything deeper with them, if I want to take a chance, you know what I mean? Because I'm able to observe certain things. But sometimes, you know, when I'm interacting with somebody, they'll tell me certain things, and I'm like, and the thing is, you don't even necessarily have to tell them that you don't want to get to know them any further, but or you're not gonna date them, but at that current point in time, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers. Like I said, I don't know what it is about my YouTube channel as of right now, but I don't know. I'm not getting the same push that I used to. Since this month started, this month of March has been kind of difficult for me. So please, if you can subscribe, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all, so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.